What's going on with y'all today? Back at it, right in my beautiful city, man. You really can see so much from here. This is my favorite building in Atlanta, this NCR. This is just one part of it. There, Bobby Dodd, my stadium right there, Mercedes Benz in the background. Yeah, it's gonna be a good yap session. Y'all got some good stuff in the background to look at. This one's actually a little different one because same little theme and everything, but this one's directed more towards the parents, as this is a message to the parents because it's something that I've really been thinking about just as I go through things and just as I go through life and all that, and just comparing it to like because I'm real big on all of like the little miniature things and the dopamine things that we have added in our today's world. Social media being the biggest one probably, and then and another Yap sesh. I'm not sure if I posted that one yet, but it was talking about how easy it is to get food with things like DoorDash. It's just so much like we've expedited and made our lives way more convenient these days. And y'all parents, I don't think y'all realize how different and how like dramatic it is to grow up in this time. And I fear for the next generation, like the kids in elementary school right now. Like I don't know how they're doing it because I was thinking, but we're the last generation where, like I remember in fourth grade we had the BYOD, bring your own device thing, and like that was like the first time that phones and stuff were accepted in school, and now like they're probably teaching them on iPads as we speak. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the little different things. As I mentioned, social media definitely being the biggest one, just because I'm aware of the effects that constant comparison can have, and for your children and all of that. And just I say it time and time again. This is probably gonna end up being my mantra. It's like you can't compare your normal day to day life to somebody else's highlight reel. I keep checking my watch just to make sure I'm recording. By the way, so, but yeah, man, it's terrible for your self esteem, terrible for your confidence when you constantly see somebody putting their best life, and it's not just like putting your best life, like they're intentionally they edit. Some people pay people to edit. Some people got really good at editing themselves, and it's like everybody has this like persona and image that they're trying to live up to on their social media, specifically really Instagram because that's where you share your moments. I mean, not TikTok up there too, but yeah, that's definitely it's terrible for us. It's terrible for us because we forget that even those our favorite influencers, even the person that might not be famous or social media or not, but somebody we look up to, they still go through struggles as well. They still have their lows, and many of them, I'm gonna just go out and say many of them got more lows than you. They just don't put it out there. But who know who what is my place to say that? But yeah, I think it does just give us an unrealistic goal or sense of accomplishment to try to live up to these people and live up to these standards or whatever. And like I said, everybody, like it's not even like social media is like you putting your authentic self out there or putting your best moments out there. It's really like everybody has like this hidden agenda of like the person they want to be, and they're putting that out there on social media, and it's terrible, man. It's terrible, bro. And it leads to FOMO, fear of missing out, because like you see some of your friends at so and so, you wish you were there, and that's another thing. It's like it's this day and age that we're in. It's become real hard to just embrace like loneliness almost. And not I shouldn't say loneliness because God, I think God put well I know God put us in here to thrive in community and be around people, but it's just like embracing boredom and just embracing like those slow tempo moments of life. Like I remember one time I came across a YouTube short. It was just like just sit there and breathe, like and realize that you're in the present. Like that's why they call it the present, because it's a gift. Like just being here in the moment, and it's so hard to do that these days, just because like it goes back to FOMO. All that like you almost have to be on social media to fit in the conversation. Like when I take my week breaks, and eventually I'm gonna start taking very long breaks. Who knows? Maybe even get off completely, just because I'm aware of what it do. But like when I do that, it's like I find myself. I mean, I find myself so out of the know of just so many. Like even now, like I don't scroll because like every time I catch myself scrolling on like TikTok or Instagram, like I stop. And I'm saying like, what am I doing? Like I still have social media for like other purposes, and like I like when people send me stuff and all that, but I don't scroll. And even that, like there's so many conversations that I just have no idea what people are talking about, no idea who people are talking about because I don't scroll anymore. And it's very hard to just disconnect and find downtime. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself be with yourself. Just because of the world we're in, like it's put in your face. Like if you aren't on social media, you're literally you have to fear of missing out again, and that's the FOMO in the other way. And then you also got like the whole expectations and everything. Like every everybody now feels like they have to be so good, and I'm a victim of this myself. Really, just because I play football. But like I play football, and I've always had like an entrepreneurial mindset, and so like I'll scroll on Instagram, I'll scroll on TikTok, I'll scroll on Twitter, whatever, and see people who are like killing it in their entrepreneur realm, and then forget that I'm a full time college student athlete who's graduating in 3 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I would love to put all my chips and, like, you know what I'm saying, record a podcast, get a podcast going, or because like I'll see somebody very successful in the podcast field, like I need to be like that, or I'll see somebody very successful and making money off of social media, to be like, I need to be like that. See somebody with a company, very successful RA, to be like, I need to start my own company. But then I gotta realize I'm a full time student athlete. It's like social media made us forget that there's so many like I don't want to. There's so many avenues and ways to be successful, and like you're trying to do all of them. I think that's the biggest thing is like you can't try to do everything, and social media is kind of putting that in our heads where like you see someone good at something, you want to be as good as them or as good as they are at that level, but you're not even thinking about how they're devoting all their time. They're going full speed into it. So yeah, that's one thing. And then it just I don't even have to address the elephant in the room, being the mental health, man. I really don't, cause oh my gosh, and it's no secret to why suicide rates, depression rates, all those are skyrocketing. They're at their highest. Social media is absolutely terrible for that, and it goes to all the things that I was saying. Just with whole like the comparison, the FOMO. I hope y'all can hear me because it's really loud. Actually, that's why I got this mic up to my face. But yeah, the depression, the FOMO, all that. Hold on, it's something on this table really bothering me. Um, but yeah, it's terrible. You have to recognize it. And social media doesn't help because it goes back to that thing of comparison and all that. And another thing, oh my gosh, another thing I just thought of. So we are in an age where we are exposed to so much more negative content that likely we really can't do nothing about, but because oh my, this fire truck. But because it's on our radar, and because like you take the Israel, like it's things like going on in Israel, Palestine, things going on Russia, Ukraine, that me as a human, like there's only so much I can really do, but like we feel the need to do something about it. That's why we do things like protests. That's why we do things like post on Instagram and then educate ourselves. But at the end of the day, it's like that can only do so much. But yet we still feel the constant stress of what's going on. Like think about like when y'all were in high school, when y'all were in college, y'all didn't have to worry about that because there was no real like avenue of it coming to you. And even if it did, it came through a newspaper to where you didn't really know enough details to worry about. Like right now, we are exposed to the horrors, and I mean horrors of these type of things, and it really has an effect on us because like we and our generation is one of the most caring and compassionate, and we sympathize and empathize the most, and that adds to it because like we feel so helpless because we want to do something about these type of things, but there really isn't nothing that we can do, and it's like it almost is like a sense of failure when you can't really do nothing about it, and you get upset when other people don't really care, but that other person just like they realize that there's not only so much, it just puts you in this whole pickle, this whole debacle, and there's just so much, so much to worry about and so much to go through. And yeah, I commend my generation. I think we have one of the greatest generations. I think we have one of the smartest generations to be able to, because we're the guinea pigs of all this iPhones. We're the guinea pigs of all this all this stuff going on. I don't even have to go in specific because y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, take the dating scene for example. Like, think about how, like, I've always been intrigued to hear like the stories of how people met and how people came together and all that. And it's just like the stories that I hear from my parents or the people of my parents' age and that whole generation is so different. Because like now we're likely to meet somebody just by shooting them a DM or something. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, or like online websites and stuff like that. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but at least number one, it leads to increased competition to where like you can't just bump into a girl on the street and you know what I'm saying, exchange numbers, exchange whatever y'all was exchanging back then, and like that's a chance. I mean, that's not, I don't want to say chance, but that's like the spark of something new. Like nah, because like now you're exchanging Instagrams, and you got to see that girl's Instagram because she gets it. That girl, and to those with daughters, man, I commend y'all as well, because and y'all should probably ask y'all's daughter what's going on, because I don't think y'all realize like there's girls who get hit up every day, multiple times a day by different guys, and it really is impressive that they are able to shy away from those because it's it's everywhere, and it's glorified in our community too. Like the whole one night stand things, the whole baby mama things, and all that. All those are glorified as well, to where like it's almost like the natural thing. So like there's so many people just in people's DMs trying to do things, and going back to my original thing about you exchanging Instagrams, that is no like that exchange happens to that girl multiple times a week, to where like it's nothing even special. Like you can't even cherish that moment of, oh, we just bumped into each other. Like nah, that's not gonna cut it anymore. You got to bump into each other, then you got to say the right things on Instagram to get that girl interested. Then you got to link up and meet from there, and it's just so much different, so much different. I feel like I had more to say about that. I slick do, but it'll come to me. But yeah, like the competition is crazier as well. Like you and somebody that you meet might have a deep, genuine connection, but you can't even really pursue it just because like, and it goes back to that persona thing I was talking about easier. Like that person might be looking for a certain image of your Instagram that you aren't living up to. Like it's nothing about your personality. It's nothing about like how you carry yourself, how you're dressing, how you look, but they go to your social media and it's just not cutting it, and it's not fitting that dynamic of like what that person was looking for from you in your on your social media to be their partner. Like it's like that doesn't, and that just kills the whole relationship, or it kills the chance of a relationship right there. It really is a sad world that we live in, and I just encourage y'all to just look from our point of view. Do y'all's research, man. ChatGPT is available for everybody right now. Like get on there and just say, what is it like to be a 20 something year old, blah blah blah. Like how is it so much different than us? Because I'm telling y'all have no idea. Like y'all can't even comprehend it. There's so much that like people like to say this Gen Z is this, Gen Z is that, but y'all gotta try, like put y'all's feet in Gen Z shoes and like try to experience how we're living. Like it's mad different. Like, and I get it. I see it worse than anybody being an athlete. I don't even want to. Maybe that'll be another video, or maybe y'all can send me questions to ask about the whole NIL and transfer portal, because college football is so completely different than what y'all grew up with. And to that point, send me questions, whatever, anything about this topic, and I promise I'm gonna answer it. Yeah, because I am passionate about this, and I do want y'all to have an awareness of how different it is. And like I said, really talk to GPT. Talk to your kids. Be open and honest. Be like, is there anything that you want to say that like, or like before you? That's not even that, because many of us don't like that. But it's like before you judge or before you just jump into a situation. Like if you're questioning if you should do something, that's when I think that you should really step back, put yourself in their shoes, and say, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was their age going through all this, you know. At this point, I'm just rambling, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and end it there. But yeah, just I encourage y'all to look at it through our shoes, because